Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into the DappRadar blockchain gaming report, specifically the May 2025 edition.
That's right.
If you want to get a real sense of where gaming on the blockchain stands right now, well, this is the place to be.
May was definitely, well, what's called a strange month for gaming on chain. You get this sort of quiet wins, things doing well under the radar, but then also some very loud, very public failures.
Right.
But the constant, whole lot of wallets, millions actually, still logging in every single day. It shows real staying power, you know?
Yeah, consistency. And that's exactly why we're here today. Our mission for this deep dive. Let's unpack this. Let's cut through the noise, look at the numbers, the trends, and pull out what really matters.
Find those nuggets.
Exactly. What are the key trends? And crucially, what does it all mean for you? Whether you're playing, building, or just curious about Web3. We want to give you that informed perspective.
Do it.
Okay, so let's start big picture. Core metrics for May. Gaming engagement looks strong, right? Over 4.9 million unique active wallets per day.
Yeah, daily wallets were solid. That's actually up slightly from April, which is interesting.
It suggests a pretty dedicated user base, doesn't it? People keep coming back.
They do. But here's the twist, as you hinted.
Okay.
Despite those strong daily numbers, gaming actually lost overall dominance within the whole Dapp ecosystem for the second month running.
Down from what?
Dropped from 21% to about 19.4% of total Dapp usage.
So less share of the pie.
Right. But, and this is important, if you look across all Dapp categories, gaming has now actually overtaken DeFi. It's the most used category overall now.
Okay, so wait. High daily users, but lower overall dominance. Yet, it's number one in usage. What's that telling us?
It tells us Web3 attention is diversifying. Simple as that.
Okay.
While gaming leads in active users, you've got social dapps, AI dapps, they're rising fast, they're grabbing more attention.
So the Web3 space itself is growing, but gaming's slice, while big, isn't the only slice anymore.
Exactly. It's a maturing ecosystem, more competition for eyeballs, for engagement.
Interesting. Okay, let's pivot to the infrastructure. The chains themselves. Where is this activity actually happening?
Yeah, that's always fascinating, like a leaderboard, isn't it?
Yeah.
So opBNB is still number one for gaming activity.
Yeah.
Still the king there.
Right. Established player.
But even opBNB saw its daily wallets dip a bit, about 5% in May.
Okay.
The really eye-catching story, though, Sei Network.
Sei. Tell me more. They've been climbing.
Big time. Up 27% month over month in daily active wallets. That's huge growth.
27%. Wow. What's their secret sauce?
It looks like a specific strategy. They host, 43 games now? And get this, 13 of those games pull in over 50,000 wallets each week.
50,000 weekly for multiple games. That's impressive scale.
It really is. And their formula seems to be leaning heavily into mini apps and mobile-first titles.
Mobile. Makes sense. Lower barrier to entry.
Exactly. Quick, accessible experiences right on your phone. It raises that question. Is that the winning formula right now for driving adoption? Sei's numbers suggest, maybe it is.
And it's not just Sei, is it? Weren't others making moves too?
Definitely. Aptos saw a big jump, up 22% in gaming activity.
Nice.
And Core climbed 15%. These aren't just blips. These chains are actively building ecosystems, trying different things.
There's lots of innovation happening under the surface, new contenders challenging the old guard. That's healthy, right?
That's right.
More options, better experiences, hopefully.
Ideally, yes. But it hasn't all been positive growth.
The other side of the coin.
Yeah, 2025 has been pretty brutal for some games. Big names, too.
Like who?
We saw shutdowns announced for projects like Nine Heroes, Ember Sword, the Mystery Society.
Wow, those had some serious hype. Raised money, sold NFTs.
Millions raised, exactly. NFTs sold. Huge community excitement.
So what went wrong? If it wasn't lack of initial cash?
It often comes back to the core issue.
Yeah.
The gameplay.
The actual game.
Yeah. It was often, let's say, undercooked, not polished, not engaging enough. Or sometimes the full game never even launched properly.
Despite all the funding.
Right. So you end up with, burned cash and broken promises. It's a tough lesson.
You just can't skip the game part of game development, can you?
You really can't. And it seems like in Web3, that lesson is still being learned, sometimes the hard way.
It underlines the need for, sustainable development, focusing on fun first?
Absolutely. Fun gameplay has to come before speculative tokenomics, otherwise you risk losing the very players you're trying to attract.
Okay, that brings us to funding then. If development is key, you need money. How did May look on that front?
Pretty stark, actually. Just $9 million flowed into gaming investments in May.
9 million. That sounds low.
It's the lowest this cycle. Compare that to, say, 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were seeing over $220 million per month.
Whoa. $220 million down to $9 million. That's a cliff dive.
It really is. And a direct consequence, well, it's no surprise some teams are running out of runway.
Running out of cash. Explain some of those shutdowns we mentioned.
Exactly. Development costs money. Without that steady flow of investment, even good ideas can just fizzle out.
Is there any silver lining here? Is anyone still investing or showing interest?
Yes, and that's the crucial counter-narrative. While maybe the VC money for quick flips has tightened up, you still have the big established players, think Ubisoft, Netmarble, Sony. They're still sniffing around.
The giants. So they haven't given up on Web3 gaming.
Doesn't seem like it. They're exploring, partnering, investing, maybe just more quietly. It suggests confidence in the long game.
Right. They see potential beyond the current cycle, beyond quick returns.
Exactly. It's strategic.
Yeah.
It's belief in the technology's potential to actually transform gaming eventually. That's a different kind of validation.
Okay, so challenges now, but potential long-term. What about the immediate future? What's coming up, say, in June? Anything exciting for players?
Actually, yeah. June is looking pretty active. Lots for you to potentially check out.
Like what?
We've got FIFA Rivals launching on the Mythical Chain. That's a huge IP, right?
FIFA. Wow, okay. Big deal.
Then Bloodloop is hitting the Epic Games Store. Again, big visibility, reaching mainstream gamers.
Putting Web3 games where traditional gamers are. Smart.
And for fans of existing games, Gods Unchained is rolling out new content. Always good to see established titles evolve.
Any chances for people to try new stuff like betas or tests?
Yep. Keep an eye out during Steam Next Fest. There should be testing opportunities for games like Sparkball and The Bournless.
Get an early look. Nice.
And one more to watch. Tokyo Beast. They're running a huge $1 million event this year. That signals some serious ambition.
$1 million event. Okay, they mean business.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, plenty happening.
It sounds like it. Despite the funding dip and the shutdowns, the pipeline isn't empty. Plenty to watch, plenty to play.
Absolutely. So, if we wrap up May, the report really paints a picture of tension, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, gaming's still number one in daily usage across dapps. That's dominant.
Yeah.
But it's also clearly under pressure. Fewer investments, those project shutdowns we talked about, and just a more crowded market for attention within Web3 itself, AI, social. They're growing.
Growing pains.
Significant growing pains. The industry is definitely grappling with things, being pushed to evolve.
But, and you said this earlier, there's hope. It's not collapsing, it's recalibrating.
That's a good way to put it. Recalibrating. We see new games launching, new infrastructure getting built, chains like Sei finding a successful formula. Web3 gaming isn't going away.
It's just growing up.
Yeah, growing up the hard way, learning tough lessons, adjusting to the market. It's all part of maturing, refining what works in this new space.
Building those compelling experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which leads to a final thought, really, for you, the listener, to consider.
Okay.
What will mature Web3 gaming actually look like?
Right.
What defines it once it gets past these growing pains? How does it solve the issues around, say, undercooked gameplay or that volatile funding? Is it about seamless UX? Is it just amazing fun that happens to use blockchain? Or is it something totally different we haven't even conceived of yet?
That's a great question to chew on. What does success truly look like down the road? Okay, fascinating stuff. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the May 2025 DappRadar Blockchain Gaming Report.
My pleasure.
We'll be back next time with more insights to help you navigate this constantly changing world of on-chain gaming.